50,000 miles. Most people drive that in a year. I ran it. One step at a time, through joy, through grief, through drive,
Get out!
through God's grace.
So glad that I get a chance to share this memory with so many close family and friends, former athletes, parents, students, and the current 2025 Cedar Crest Track and Field team.
Yeah, the 50,000 milestone means so much to me. I keep coming back to the fact that the discipline that's involved to do that, the 40 years of doing that. I've had some knee issues in the last couple years, some Achilles issues the last couple years. There have been some runs that have been pretty miserable, pretty painful, and I could have easily stopped, but I wasn't going to let anything stop me from getting to 50,000 2 times around the world. Tiffany was the love of my life. I will never forget the moment that I met her at the Bluebird, Cinco de Mayo, the year was 2000. And I kind of looked down the row and I thought, oh my goodness, there's this beautiful blonde girl. I have no chance with a beautiful woman like that. But to make a long story short, I eventually worked up some courage, walked over that evening, and I asked her for her phone number at the end of the night. I wanted to call her the very next day, but I waited the standard 2 to 3 days. I didn't want her to think that I was so eager, and I was hook, line, and sinker from the very first date. And I knew there was a possibility that she could be the one. For her, she needed a little bit more convincing about me. People ask me sometimes what hashtag Team Tiff is all about, and some of our people on the team, most of the people on the team have never heard her talk. She would come out here every year and talk to the team about never give up, don't ever give up, like Jim Valvano did years ago with North Carolina State on the ESPYs Award, ESPN.
And its motto is, don't give up, don't ever give up. And that's what I'm going to try to do. Every minute that I have left, I will thank God for the day and the moment I have. And if you see me, smile and maybe give me a hug, because that's important to me too.
You know, I used to think that I was the biggest inspiration to Cedar Crest Track and Field, but when she would come out and she would give that message and she wouldn't have any hair, she'd have to wear a bandana because she was going through chemotherapy, you could hear a pin drop when Tiffany was sharing stories about what she was battling and encouraging. I mean, she was the one going through the toughest of times, feeling the worst of worst, but yet she was there encouraging the team. Hey team, never give up. Don't ever give up. Whatever the day presents to you, you be the strong one and you be the fighter. There's a quote that goes something like, fate whispered to the warrior, you cannot withstand the storm. And the warrior whispers back, I am the storm. Tiffany was the storm. So from Tiff's passing, one of the ways that I built back was just to continue the running and the weightlifting and the bicycling. But another one was this daily devotional book that I got from a friend of mine, Dee Sensnig from Ebenezer. And I have been reading this devotional every single day for the last 6+ years now. I almost have every day memorized. And this brought me the hope that I needed to continue to move forward. In this book, on Tiffany's birthday, was Jeremiah 29:11, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you, not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future. And the amazing thing about that was it was on Tiffany's birthday. 30,000 Bible verses, there's only 365 verses you can pick for the days of the year, and it's on Tiffany's birthday. So I think it's important to understand, to keep Tiffany's memory alive, I have to continue to bring her up to other people. So every year towards the beginning of the season, I'll share stories about her. I share the story about how we met. I'll share the story about how she used to come here and talk to the team about never give up, don't ever give up. I'll share the story about the pink wristbands, and we give every member of the team who wants to wear one of the hashtag Team Tips, so they understand what it's all about. And I will continue to wear the pink race wristband. I wear a pink headband almost always when I race as well. And when people ask me, I'm so glad to tell them, you know what, I'm honoring my late wife Tiffany's battle, because if she can do what she did, I can certainly go out here and race the Harrisburg Mile or the Rehoboth Beast Half Marathon or whatever it might be. So honestly, when I first started sports, I can honestly say I didn't understand what mental toughness was all about. I would even classify myself as being a little bit soft. I didn't really understand the concept of being strong mind, strong body, and being built different, and stacking bricks, laying strong foundations for higher peaks of success. But as I went through the coaching ranks and I learned from great people like Jim Weaver and my college cross country coach, Don Merck, and my college track and field coach, Doug Miller, and my wrestling coaches as well, they taught me to be pretty tough. And I thank them for instilling that in me. And I hope I'm able to instill that in the athletes, the student athletes that I coach here at Cedar Crest, because, anybody can be talented, but those people that are tough and they can do it on the days when you're not feeling well, those are the true champions in this world. So I didn't like running. People ask, you must have loved running right from the time you're born. Heck no, I didn't love running. I hated running because I always associated running with losing weight. And then I went out for cross country my senior year in 1985. I ran for a few years after that, and I thought, well, these miles are going to add up pretty quick, and if anyone's going to believe me, I'm going to have to start documenting them. So in 1985, 1986, they're guesstimated. 1987, I started writing everything down, and after I realized that these miles are going to add up pretty quick, one time around the earth isn't that big of a deal, 25,000 miles. I'm gonna run 2 times around the earth. Little did I know it was gonna take 40 years later, a torn ACL, several knee surgeries, and a lot of other things that went along with it.
I ran into 1 time.
I like them. They're me.
Color is you. Oh yeah, that's me. That's all the way.
Coach Bear is like what Cedar Crest track and field means. Coach Bear just embodies it. He does a fantastic job just being, heart desire, Falcon pride, you got passion, you got positivity, you got, everything with Team TIFF. It's just life comes at you fast. Life brings a lot of things, but if you can just be able to stay positive, look at the good in it, surround yourself with people that, can help you get through that stuff, be positive around them, just creates a great environment.
Get me that book back. Yes, I'm so glad you're here, Muhammad. Did you see it on social media?
I think the one thing that I've learned through running, through 40 years, is the fact that discipline is so important. And I honestly feel if our community, our world, our population can learn a little bit about discipline, I think that really, really helps them get to where they want to get to in life. The thing that Tiffany did for me is she made me a better person. When I married Tiffany, she just made me be the best Rob Bear, Coach Bear I can be. And the one thing that I really miss is the fact that, yes, I know that she was watching from above, but I wish she would have been here to be able to see that moment. In my 33 years at Crest, I have been truly blessed. I've been blessed with student athletes. I've been blessed with great assistant coaches. And I've been blessed with a lot of support. I have seen a little bit of everything. I have seen the highest of the highs. I've seen some low points too, but that's what life's all about. We got to keep battling. We got to get through those difficult times. My faith in terms of guiding the track and field student athletes is just helping them, encouraging them in any type of way to make the right decisions. We want to make sure that we are the examples. None of us are perfect. But I think my faith helps me to get across to the student athletes that if we can be there to support each other and love each other, especially pick each other up on the toughest of days, that's when great things happen. That's what makes your team, and we say this all the time, what's one way your team can be historically significant? And this year's 2025 team is doing historically significant things in many, many ways. Cedar Crest to me means blue and gray. I joke with people all the time, if you cut me, I'm gonna bleed blue and gray. And that is a large part to the student athletes that we have right here at Cedar Crest High School to this day. So I don't think there's another trip around the world. That's 75,000. It took 20 years for each of the 25,000. I don't think there's another trip around. But what I will do on social media every time I get to another 1,000, I'll announce it. 51,000, 52,000, 53,000. And I'll keep racing the Harrisburg Mile and the Rehoboth Beach Half Marathon. And as long as I can stay competitive and finish up towards the top, I'll keep doing that. But yeah, it's not going to end here. We're going to continue the journey.